Alright, we're finally going to swap out motors and ESCs. Alright, so if you guys actually want to follow along with this, maybe you're working on a Glamis Uno yourself, what we got to do to get to this motor here, is we got to pop that screw just to be safe. There's a pin on the bottom side of here. Yeah, there it is. Body clip, we got to take that off. The pin back here behind the spring, got to take that. Alright, so I think I'm going to have to go a little further here. There's a pin there, another kind of a thing, body pin, there's another pin there. There's a video on this side, and some other ones. Alright, so I got the plastic shell off here. This was sort of kind of difficult. It always is sort of kind of difficult because you have to pull the whole assembly out this way and up and just kind of keep going out and up the whole way across. But there it is. Now that that's off, I think I'm also going to take the driver out, because if you guys look back here, that's, and with this driver figurine in front of it, airflow through the ESC whatsoever. Alright, so I had to take the cover off of the receiver box here. It's real simple. It just has there's just that little twist knob at the top, and all you do is twist that off. You get to all of this, and I took the wire out and pulled out the servo wire, or the I'm sorry, ESC wire. Now I'm going to put in this one. It is a Sidewinder 3. I took the receiver, the ESC out. It was there. It was bolted in. Here's the bracket, and it actually looks like the ESC is part of it. So I might be zip tying this thing in there. I have been known. So that's all out. Now I'm thinking I was going to do this the extreme apart, take all of it out of there, but now I think all I'm going to do is pop this cover off, that one there, which I did need to do all these screws and whatnot anyways, and I think I'm just going to unscrew the motor. It's always important to do a test fit of your equipment. I'm test fitting this here, making sure that it works, making sure nothing's going to get in the road, making sure I like how everything is. I test fitted a zip tie to see how it's going to sit, if I even need a bigger zip tie or not. Make sure you test fit everything, because if I would have just went through too short, which this one's not, this one's perfect, and then I could have found out that I didn't like the way it was because the motor leads are too short or something like that. Have to be ran a goofy way to get in there, I don't like the way they're bent, or you know, something like that. So it's really important to always make sure you test fit everything. Make sure that is where you want it. But, so I put a different receiver in here. This is the one that was in it. This is some really goofy off-brand for some really terrible remote that takes 8 AA batteries. I went with the old trusty Spectrum, the DX2L. I love this thing. It's got all the controls that you would ever need on here, besides fancy like 4-wheel steering and whatnot. And so I'm going to run that one. Sidewinders in there, receivers all tucked. Another good thing that I have here is there it is there, yeah. It is pigtails. The reason I'm running a pigtail is so that way if I have to change out the motor, I don't have to tear this whole thing apart the entire time. Alrighty, so I just realized I have a huge problem, like mega huge. So let me see if I can show you guys here. I don't know how much you can see, but you guys see that very steep angle, right? I mean, it doesn't look like it's terrible, but these are dog bones, so that is ridiculously terrible. If I try and rotate this, it'll lock up. Right there, it locks up. It locks up, and it's because it's that dog bone in there. Now, right now, you see, maybe, and I cannot get that to move. So I have to like unbind it, and then I can move that. Okay, I know my hand's in the road, but it's hard to do this. Alright, there we go. See, now it unbound it. So I have to adjust those down to a smaller hole, which, let's see here. Yeah, there you go. You can see these are the holes on the back side of it. Little hole, and see if that helps anything. See if that does anything. And we'll go from there. Just keep trying stuff until I can get something to work. Once you get her put back together enough to where you can run it, that's exactly what you do. You test it out. You see if it all works. Now I can actually put the side panels back together and put the rear end housing back together.